Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work. Wishing you all a very pleasant good afternoon. I am Shika Dua, will be your host for today's webinar. I'd like to send my hearty greetings to all the attendees and thank you for coming. We are thrilled to have you here. I'd like to shed some light on the webinar first. We all are here for the webinar, Productivity is Power. Well, who doesn't wish to be productive in their daily lives? We frequently muddle tasks in our hectic schedules and end up doing nothing as anticipated. To address this issue, Mr. Japan Trivedi will provide some techniques and demonstrate how to be productive in both personal as well as in our personal lives. Moving on, let me brief you with the organization first. DIGISAKSHAM is an initiative of SIMS Group which has developed content for over 300 courses in multiple languages, which range from 4 hours to 6 months in various sectors of IT, BFSI, retail, and entrepreneurship for all age groups and school children, youth, professionals, and senior citizens. DigiSaksham has also conducted more than 100 webinars, 10 FDPs, workshops, and 6 international conferences. DigiSaksham impacted more than 15,000 lives through various webinars, conferences, workshops, and seminars across the globe. Let me also introduce you all to the speaker for today, Mr. Japan Trivedi. Mr. Japan Trivedi has 16 plus years of line and staff experience in transforming companies, production planning, inventory control, business process optimization, and operations management in manufacturing and service sector. A graduate from industrial engineering stream and postgraduate in business management, he has led the execution and transformed many companies across Asian countries. He has developed and trained more than 1,000 people in his various assignments. He has, as a director and founder of Efforts Consulting and Japan's training system, he has designed and delivered training programs, seminars, conferences, and workshops for various SME, MSME, and large-scale organizations. Over the last decade, Mr. Japan Trivedi has concentrated on the implementation and education of lean transformation systems. He helped manufacturers and business units across a wide variety of industries to convert their current operating systems from traditional order launch expired system to a lean system. Before we go, I'd like to present some instructions to the participants. You must all remain silent. No one will be permitted to use abusive language in the conversation box. Last but not the least, if any questions pop in your mind, drop in the chat box. We'll cover them all towards the end. Okay, so without any further ado, let me hand over the mic to Mr. Japan Trivedi. Please, sir.
Thank you so much, Anshika, DIGISAKSHAM, SEMS, and namaste to all on behalf of Japan Trivedi. Today, I will take you through the journey of the productivity is power. Today, in this session of 60 minutes, I would like to give you the idea why productivity is the buzzword after this pandemic. I'm going to tell you about the powerful tools and techniques to improve the productivity. So without any delay, I welcoming you all once again, and I would like to invite you to start your journey for the productivity from today through DIGISAKSHAM and SEMS. So I'm just sharing my screen, and let us celebrate productivity together. Thank you so much. Let me just a moment, give me a moment, and let me share my screen to everyone. Okay, so here we are, international webinar on productivity is power. And I'm so fortunate that I would be interacting with the participants like you, students like you, and the professionals like you. Productivity, very important word. Why it is important? What exactly it is? Let me tell you about it. But before that, I would like to spare a couple of minutes about myself so that I can ensure you that you are investing your time, your efforts, your energy at the right place. So let me start this particular session, and let us go with this. I would like to skip the introduction of our company, but I would like to definitely tell you something about me. I am the founder of Efforts Consulting. I've been featured in many of the news articles in India. I have written number of books, number of articles into the magazine, and I have written 3 books on this subject. I'm actually passionate about productivity. I'm passionate about lead. I'm passionate about improvement. And in my journey, I have touched upon more than 25,000 people so far for the imbibing or the absorbing this productivity concepts. We call it lean, we call it Six Sigma, we call it improvements, continual improvement journey, we call it Kaizen, we call it whatever we want, but ultimately these are the tools which we are using day in, day out. Friends, let me tell you, I'm not going to tell you something new today, but I would like to touch upon something extraordinary, some common points, but these common points are very extraordinary points, because we know that common sense is not common. Although we are going to talk about the common things, it is not common. And I would like to share certain case studies, certain videos in the 60 minutes. And my honest attempt to you is, honest attempt is to, instill this productivity into you. So these are the 2 books. The one is Lean Way. It is like, the implemented case studies for the productivity improvement into the industry. The another book is Lean Transformation. We have sold more than 350 books through Amazon, Flipkart in India and outside of India. I would like to give you the opportunity to read this book in soft copy format to everyone who are joining here, who are connected with us. So on behalf of DIGISAKSHAM, I would like to give this book to everyone. I will be telling you how you can download this book and from where you can download this book. Okay, so let us start the session first, and let me share why productivity is power. Friends, in these 2 years, we were into the unprecedented time. We had never ever thought about this time. And to start with, we will be talking about why productivity is power. What else we will be learning? We also will be learning about the definition of the productivity, concepts of the productivity, tips for the personal productivity in personal life, self-management way, and we will be discussing about the case study. I have brought a fantastic case study for you. How to improve personal productivity. The another one is productivity is also impacting on our professional life. So how we can improve the productivity in the professional life into the company. So that also we will be discussing about. That also will be discussing through simulation and fantastic case studies, fantastic case videos of certain companies. So let's enjoy this session and learn something out of it. So why productivity is important? Friends, we were into as I was telling you, we were into the unprecedented time. We had never thought of this pandemic. And we were, just being like, still we are into it. And we don't know what will happen next. In past 100 years, I'm very sure most of my friends who are joining from the various countries, they must have faced kind of lockdown, kind of restrictions because of this pandemic. Even in India, we had a similar situation. And friends, if you know that I must say that, US and China had a bit ugly fight on it. And it was like, the many of the countries were believing that it could have stopped, this virus could have stopped in China itself. But let me tell you that there is always a silver line in black clouds. All these US companies, European companies, and many other developed countries, companies had very, very huge investment in China. Now, the thing is, they started to looking for the countries where they can expand apart from the China, because yes, there is of course there is a very good China is a very good country and you can rely upon it. But after this episode, the trust on this country is slightly being down, and every country is looking for a very good partner, or the option of the China or India, or they want multiple partners. In this scenario, I would say there is always a silver line in dark clouds. And all my friends from the different companies, although we are from the different companies, different countries, we are having fantastic advantage. And what is the advantage? These companies, many good companies are coming in India, in Indonesia, in Brazil, and into the various locations across the world. They've started investing in these companies. And we in India can see the magic. Korean companies are coming to India, and the winds of the change started blowing. So I would say this pandemic is having very good advantage, of course, with with the due respect to all those who have lost their life in this pandemic. We must have to come out from it. Now, coming to the point, why I'm talking about this advantage of the pandemic in the session of productivity is power. I'm having my reasoning, friends. If you, let's say, what is the way ahead? All these companies, all this, the international boundaries are breaking up. And when international boundaries are breaking up, the good companies are coming to our companies, whether in India or Indonesia or Vietnam or Sri Lanka or Pakistan, whatsoever, companies are coming from the outside, and the good companies are coming from the outside. The companies which are coming from the outside, they are very professional companies. They believe in productivity. They believe in lesser cost. They believe in good quality of the product and services. They believe in very good safety and very good services. So if we will be doing what we are doing, we will be getting what we are getting. So if we would want to grow, we would like to go ahead, we must have to learn to be productive. So what are the 4 questions we have? Before we get into the productive, we must have to understand that we'll have to come out from the comfort zone. Whatever comfort zone we have created around us, we must have to come out from it to absorb the concept of the productivity. The first thing is we must have to understand that productivity is power. And for that, there are 4 questions I am having for you. The first question is, can you be part of new technology? It is very, very important. If you will not be a part of new technology, soon you will become Nokia mobile phone. Soon you will become Kodak click camera, or soon you become Bajaj Super Scooter. All my friends from India would be knowing about Bajaj Super, right? Whatever happened to Nokia mobile phone, Kodak camera, Bajaj Super Scooter, all of them were brand. They were very good companies. They were productive companies. They were, customer-centric companies. But they could not absorb the change with time. They could not sense the pulse of the customers. They could not able to understand what customer want, and they are out of the market. Nokia is being replaced by Android mobile phones. Kodak is being replaced by the mobile phones camera. Bajaj Super Scooter being replaced by bikes in India. So I understand that you are in very comfortable position right now, or you are doing very good whatever you are doing. But if you will not come out from this comfort zone, if you will not absorb something new, or if you want to be productive, then soon will become this Nokia and Kodak Camera. So we'll have to absorb the new technology. Number two is, can you adopt new processes, new normal, social distancing? All we had never heard that words before this pandemic. Those are the part and parcel of the day-to-day life right now. So we must have to adopt new processes. We must have to expand our horizon. We must have to understand that this is the time to adopt something new for the better, right? Number three is, can you identify wastage and remove it? Why wastage? Friends, wastages are the enemy of productivity. If you want to be productive, it is very important that you need to remove wastages. Today in this session, I will be telling you how to remove wastages. So mura, muri, these are the Japanese word and the concepts which we are practicing. Those concepts are from Japan. So yes, I will be telling you what exactly muda. Muda is wastage, the Japanese word of wastage. Muri, overburden. We are overstressed, especially working in home or kind of environment we have after pandemic. We are actually overburdened. So how to get out from this and how to be productive by just curtailing the stress and burden. And the third point is unevenness, the missing standards. So if we are not having the standardization of the things, we cannot be the productive, right? So I will be telling you how to make standards in day-to-day life and into the professional life. The fourth one is, can you optimize resources? I know many of the companies have curtailed the manpower. Many of the companies have curtailed the processes. Every company is having the burden or having the pressure of being productive or being optimized. The input, every company is trying to reduce the input and would like to increase the output. How it is possible? Yes, it is possible. There are ways and means. I'm going to talk about it. And that is why I'm saying you that, can you accept change? Can you accept change? Are you ready to put aside your old way? Are you ready to absorb the new way? If the answer of this question is yes, then definitely this session is going to help you. Otherwise, I would tell you that you may continue with whatever work you are doing. Today, I want you to come out from your comfort zone and understand the productivity, understand its power, and absorb it. What exactly it is? Let me go through this. So what is productivity? I know many of you would be knowing about it. Okay. So what is productivity? So productivity, if you see, the definition of productivity is simple, because I am an engineer and I would love to understand the equation. So I think there are mics on, couple of mics on. May I request to mute your mic? Thank you. Okay. So productivity is, as per the equation, it is output. It is the ratio of output to input. And for any organization, it is the relationship between the output you are generating and generated from the system and the inputs that are used to create those outputs. So basically, if I would like to increase this ratio, I must have to minimize this input. If I can reduce, we all know that we have learned, the basic mathematics, and we know that if we can decrease this denominator, we can increase the value of it. But the $1,000,000 question comes, how to decrease this input? I don't have any idea. Let me give you this idea today, how to increase this input. If I can see, output is the whatever resources you are putting, you can, you can get the output 100%. Can you increase the output more than 100%? It's not possible. 100% is the limit. But yes, we are having good news that if we can reduce this input, we can increase the output. How to do about it? Let me take you through this. Look at this before I get into this. This is the condition of every one of us. Look at this. The kind of input this person is having, all kind of junk this person is having. This is the story of each one of us. From far, everything looks good. What is internal? It is not about how you are representing yourself. When you are looking to the person, they all looks good. It is more about what kind of input or what kind of junk you are carrying, whether in your heart or whether in the physical system. Productivity is all about reducing, curtailing these all not required things. Once you will curtail all these not required things, this junk, definitely it would be impacting on your output. So my assumption or my logic is, how do you generate power from it? From far, everything looks good. What is hidden, that is important. And today, friends, I will take you through this hidden part, and I want you to absorb something out of it and put them into the practice. So look at this. This is again the story of each one of us. We are very busy in our day-to-day life, and we are pulling our cards. Whether the man of the family or the man of the company, CEO, or employees are pushing the cart. In our family members are pushing the cart. The head of the family is pulling the cart. But we don't understand that here we need to check the wheels. If we can change these wheels, the square wheel to round one, if we can change these wheels, and definitely we can go far. But we are so busy, or we are reluctant to invest our time, efforts, energy to change these wheels, and we are suffering with this stress. We are having so much wastages. We are having so many issues, and that is what is increasing input, and that is why we are shouting that I am not becoming productive, and that is why we are not experiencing the power of the productive. So what are the four wheels of this particular cart? This cart, when I'm saying cart, this cart could be a company, could be our life, could be our family, whatever relevance, whatever you want to relate with it, you can do it. So as per me, there are four wheels: efficiency, effectiveness, eagerness, and energy. Efficiency and effectiveness can be measured. Definitely we can measure it. While eagerness and energy would be from within, right? Efficiency, effectiveness is more kind of outside attributes. You can measure it. What is the efficiency, effect? I'm coming to it. And productivity is having the direct relation with the efficiency and effectiveness. And eagerness and energy that you need to generate. Why you are here? Because you were eager to learn about productivity. Why you are here? Because you wanted some energy to improve whatever you are doing and improve your productivity. That is you have already having this eagerness and energy. What about efficiency and effectiveness? Ultimately, I'll be talking about it. Ultimately, we need to change these wheels to round through efficiency, effectiveness, eagerness, and energy. Right? Let me give you the clarity about efficiency and effectiveness before I go into the fundamentals of the how to improve the productivity. So many people confuse about concepts of productivity, efficiency, effectiveness. And let me tell you, friends, you may have heard this word productivity several times. You need to improve your productivity. You need to improve your effectiveness. You need to improve your efficiency. You need to work perfectly. You should have good mark. You should have very good outcome. But what that does mean? What is the meaning of it? And nobody is telling us how to do that. Everybody is asking us to improve productivity, effectiveness, efficiency, and generating, the good outcome. But nobody is telling us how to do it. If we understand how to do it, then we can use this power and convert this power to improve the productivity and ultimately for the betterment of ourselves. So you can see, like, we are in the two, I have taken this picture from internet, and this is the fundamental difference between being efficient and being effective. Being efficient, when I'm having, this is the bullseye, and I've been asked to target this bullseye, and I've been given 10 shots or 5 shots. I have utilized these 5 shots, and only one shot is into the bullseye, right? So 4 shots are wasted. So this is like, I'm efficient. I can use within the given time. I can able to utilize all the 5 shots. So yes, my efficiency is 5 out of 500%. But what about effectiveness? Effectiveness out of 5, only 1 is hitting onto the target. That means what? My effectiveness is 1 divided 5. Out of 5, 1. So out of 100, what is the target I have achieved? 20%. So 20% is my effectiveness. While efficiency is 100%, effectiveness is 20%. So what to do with this 20%? Because I have already, what is the input? 5 shots. What is the output? 1. So ultimately, I have not achieved anything. Okay. Look at the second figure. I have utilized, I was very clear that I will be shot, like in 5 minutes, I will be targeting my bullseye and I will be achieving it. All the efficient people, all the great men into the world, they are actually working on effectiveness. And look at this. 1 out of 100%. Of course, my efficiency is down, but still, I have utilized only one shot. And in this one shot, I could able to achieve my target. So important is effectiveness. Important result does matter, right? People will not talk about the efforts you are putting in. People will be counting the result. At the same time, I'm not discouraging you to put into the efforts, but we must have to have focus what exactly I want from life. Productivity is all about the synchronization of efficiency and effectiveness. We need both. We need efficiency, we need to have speed, and at the same time, we need to be onto the target. So measure of the efficiency is the resource expected to be consumed to resource actually consumed. And so it is like, the degree, focus on the process and do things right, doing the things right. While effectiveness is all about focusing on the goals and doing the right things. Look at this, understand, you can look at it, this difference. Here in efficiency, we are focusing on to the process and do things right. What is right? That is we are doing. And focus on goals and do right things. Things right, efficiency, and right things. That is the effectiveness. So we need both. So what is like, what is productivity then? So productivity is the synchronization of the doing right things and right at first time, doing things right and right at first time. And if we synchronize this, it is the productivity. So it is the relationship between efficiency and effectiveness. Okay. Now I know it's a bit technical. Let me take you through this, the important part. Let me take you through this this journey, how we can actually incorporate in our life, how we can bring power from the productivity in our life. So if you see, there are 2 types of productivity: personal productivity and professional productivity. What do you mean by personal productivity? Personal productivity is whatever activities, whatever process we are doing day in, day out, how we can improve this, how we can make this productive, how we can make this effective, how we can be efficient. So except we need efficiency, effectiveness, and that way we would like to experience the power of the productivity. So let me start with the personal productivity. Okay. So what is personal productivity? So there are power. I would like to give you the powerful tips for the personal productivity. I'm not going to go into the depth of what personal productivity is all about. You all know, all are learned people, and you know what. But by now, you know the objective of this session, so you know what exactly the personal productivity is all about. For the personal productivity, you need to have 10 steps. I'm going to give you 10 tips, which are very, very powerful. And these 10 tips are being supported by a fantastic video where you can actually look at this, look at the execution of these tips, and you will be able to understand how you can imbibe, how you can absorb in your personal life. Number one is long-term planning. We are not talking about the quick planning. We need to think about long-term. Let's say if you're a student, you should have idea that 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, or let's say 2 years. Let us keep it 2 years. 2 years down the line, where I would like to be. Productivity can generate power if you are very, very clear about your goal, right? So you should be very clear what exactly I would like to achieve. If you are not focused, then let me tell you, productivity, you cannot able to generate productivity. You don't know where you want to go, then definitely you will not get the direction. If you are not having the direction, how you can be productive? As simple as this. Number two is prepare task list. Let's say if I would like to go to some place, I cannot, one place to other place, A to B, then I cannot directly reach there. I need to plan for it. I need to, let's say, what is the distance, by which vehicle I will be going there, what are the ways and means I will be using, how I will be reaching it. Well, so actually you are preparing the task list. What is task you want as per the long-term plan. Plan your day. So it's kind of short-term plan. Do not plan for 2 years, but divide them into the activities and plan for the day. So what I will be doing today. So have a diary, the nowadays we are having mobile, so we can put into the task list. I will be showing you into the video, so you will exactly be understand what exactly I'm talking about. Keep your workplace clean. I'm so fascinated about the cleanliness, and workplace must be clean. You cannot be productive with third-class workplace. So whatever workplace you are having, it should be clean and tidy. Visual checklist on pinboard. You should have a pinboard, and you should know what exactly task you are going to do today and how you are going to complete it. Just hold on, I will be sharing this video so you will able to get it, what exactly I'm talking about. The another point is, point number 6 is one day for important tasks. What do you mean by this? We are always in hurry to complete the task. Let's say if I need to pay my bills, let's say if I need to pay my fees, define a day in a month or in a week and mark your task day. Let's say telephone bill, your other home loan, or other whatever bills are coming, or whatever activities which you are doing externally. Define a day, right, and complete the task on that particular day. What do you mean by this? I'm not, I would like to convey here that do not give your time for those tasks on every day, because it is eating up your time. You will be, just watch this video. You can watch this video and you will be getting the idea of what exactly I'm talking about. Stay away from the distraction. We are very, very passionate about, looking at the mobile and checking the what WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever, social media we are looking at. I'm not saying you know to not look at it. Important is you need to give separate time for the social media, for the WhatsApp, for the Telegram, whatever you are using, right? While working, please put them aside. Please have switch off. Please put all the notification in off mode. Number 8 is plan your next day today. Plan your make your partner. It should be your plan your next day today. what you are going to do tomorrow, you need to plan it in advance. Let me share you that what exactly I am doing. I am having this notepad, okay? So notes. So I am having all my tasks here, and as soon as I'm completing tasks, it would go down. And this is, I'm planning my day in advance. This is very, very important. Then comes get rid of paper clutter. Still, I'm sure many of us are using printer, hard copy papers. World is moving fast. World is changing. Try to adopt the green technology. Try to adopt everything onto the email or into the soft copy format. So get rid of paper clutter and stay fit. Very, very important. Have good diet, do some exercise, and stay fit. Now, these are the 10 powerful tips I wanted to give. Now, how to execute it? Can I execute it? Let me give you a beautiful video which will give you the idea how to execute it, and whichever task I have written here, how somebody has already implemented it. Okay, so let me share this video that will give you the idea about the execution. So I call it case analysis of personal productivity through Indian housewives. So how Indian housewives, I'm so proud about it. All the Indian housewives, I don't know, I'm so sorry about the other countries' situation, but in India, the housewives who are working homemaker, she is at home and she's taking care of entire family. So how she is becoming productive, and we all need to learn from these housewives, from this case study, how we can be productive in our home. So let us look at this case study. We have recorded it and I'm presenting it to you. Productivity is power, and in this, let me give you some tips for the productivity improvement. The tip number 1 is plan your weekly menu in advance. So housewives are planning their menu in advance. They know what they need to prepare, and when they are actually sticking it and maintaining it. And when they go to buy the groceries, they are actually selecting which is required, and they are preparing the list that will help them to track what is required and what is not. And according to that, they are preparing their daily meals, and so that we are getting the varieties each and every day. The another important tip is place a chalkboard in the kitchen. It is kind of magnetic board where you can write what is required and what is out of the stock. And when you go to buy the groceries, you can click the picture of it, and you can end up with having all this which is required and maintaining. Another tip is plan your day in advance. So this is for everyone. Before you go for the next day, you need to write down what you are going to cover the next day. And you can have your list there. According to the list, you can start your day, and with the checklist, you can understand whether you have to eat or not. So that would definitely improve your productivity as well. Another important part is keep the desk clean and organized. Cleanliness is very, very important part, and it is the power for the productivity. It's very difficult to finding the things sometimes. If you will be having all the things together in separate compartment, place for everything, and everything should be in place, then definitely it will help you to save your time. This is applicable for the computer as well. Also, you need to use post-it for the important message. So tip number 5 is get a pinboard for your room. You should have a small pinboard with the calendar, and then you can post the important things on that calendar so that you cannot miss out. Visual impact is always helps for the improvement of the productivity. The another important part is you can have your comments, your list, or master list, what you need to do on your table. You need to put some motivational message, some good comments, good inspiration messages near to the desk, so that it will help you to be happy and productive throughout the day. So this is another important part for being productive. Number 6 is assign a day to clear all your bills. So you need not to do it on a daily basis. And nowadays apps are available through these apps. You can pay your bills. You can pay anything through ATM or GPay to use it rather than going for the payment, physically. For the groceries also, we are having several websites like Amazon, Flipkart, so you can order groceries and important items for the month at the starting of the month itself. The starting of the month, end of the month, online portals are giving good discount and they are coming in nicely packed way, so you cannot miss out of your groceries. You can use it. You have to come out from the earlier things. Stay away from the distracting while walking. So it's like our habit that we are checking the mobile phone, social media messages, WhatsApp. So try to put them in off mode while working. Define your time, and after the time you can definitely check it. I'm not saying you to put them aside, but while working, we have seen that we are spending not many time into the social media and forgetting to complete our important work. So this way, we can, we can put them into the off and we can help ourselves for productive. The 20 minutes to clean the mashup. So you can look at this. We are having 20 minutes to clean all the mess ups at the workplace, and you can ask your kids for the cleaning this up. So they also have the habit of the cleaning, and they can, when you start the morning, everything must be clean and tidy for the next day. So this will help you. Also, tip number 9 is get rid of the paper clutter. Nowadays, we can use for the email papering so that we can avoid the filing and maintaining all those papers and files for longer period, and we can go green, right? Tip 10 is stay fit. Fitness is very important part. Healthy diet and healthy food throughout the day, and you can always have the exercise, and this will make you fit, fine, and healthy. So these are the tips for the being productive every day. Okay, so this was about the personal productivity. Quickly, I would like to go through the professional productivity. We are running out of time and I would like to have your queries, but let me touch upon the professional productivity. So what is professional productivity? Professional productivity is known as Kaizen. Kai is again Japanese word. Kai is for the change and Zen is for the better. When you are into the process of making something better, it is like the process of professional product. It is like inbuilt or ingredient of the professional productivity. It is the continual improvement process. What do you mean by continual? Continual is like you are making some habit and changing something for the better, and then you are establishing yourself here, and then you are starting the new habit, and then likewise you are progressing in your life. And what do you mean by continuous? Continuous is like you are continuing improving something which will not last. If you are not looking whether you are standardizing something or you have imbibed it perfectly, definitely you cannot go ahead. So continual improvement process is also counting as the productivity. What is the meaning? Productivity is about the flow. There are two kinds of flow in any company. Now I'm coming to the professional environment, and every professional company is for the profit. So there are two kinds of flow of information and flow of material. Flow of information is always coming from the customer. Customer is placing certain orders and it is coming to the company, and into the company with the help of the services or the material, we are processing them and giving it back to the customer. When we are not having the synchronization of this information and material flow, we are not having the cash flow. So into the professional life, the productivity is all about synchronization of the information and material with the best utilization of the time. We can call it time management, or we can remove the non-value added activities from the process. What do you mean by this? Look at this simulation. This is the company. This is my entire company. And this company is having the various departments. Let's say this is my finished goods department. This is my production department. This is my quality department. This is my baking department. These are the different departments. So you whether you are working or studying in university or you're working in any company, your university or your company would be having certain department. You are having the purchase department, HR department, finance department, production department. Every department would be having certain activities. What do you mean by this? Let's say, let me take the example of HR department. In HR department, somebody would be doing the recruitment process. Somebody would be doing the appraisal process. Somebody would be doing some, the calculation of wages, right? So there are certain processes. So department, company is divided into the department is being divided into the processes, and processes are also being divided into the activities, right? So these activities, let's say if I need to recruit one person, so what are the activities I will be doing? I will be identifying the CVs, and then I will be segregating. I will be calling candidate. I will be interviewing them and choosing the right person, giving them offer, negotiation, and recruiting the person. If you see, the recruitment is entire process, and in this recruitment, I am having certain activities, right? Certain steps. So the process, every processes are having certain activities, and activities put together giving me the process. Now, important part in professional life is we need to identify which are the activities are value-added activities and which are the activities are non-value-added activities. Let me stop my screen, and I would like to do one simulation for you. Let us take this example. I hope my screen is on hotspot mode for everyone. Let me stop my screen, and I would like to give this example. Let's say this is my office, and I'm having the pen with me, okay? And my friend Sarlene is telling me that I'm standing here in the corner, and in this corner, Sarlene is telling me that you need to write my name on this board. Japan, if you write my name on this board, I will be paying you $20, okay? And what is happening? I'm staying here in this particular area. Now, if you see to write her name, I must have to go to this board. So what are the activities I am doing? Activity number 1, I'm walking toward this to his table, okay? Activity number 2, picking up this pen. Activity number 3, I'm going toward this board. And activity number 5, opening up this pen. And activity number 6, I'm writing name of Sarlene here. Activity number 7, I'm putting this cap on this pen. Activity number 8, walking back to this table and putting it. Activity number 9, putting it here. And activity number 10, going back to my place. If you see, I did 10 activities. But for Sarlene, she is giving me $20 for writing her name. She is not giving me my $20 for walking here and there. She is not giving me $20 for picking up this pen. So if I am smart manager, if I am smart person, what I'll do? I will be picking up this pen and putting them in my pocket here. And I'm standing near this board. As soon as Sarlene is asking me to write her name on this board, I will just pick this up one and then opening up Sarlene, and I'm done. So instead of doing 10 different activities, I'm only doing 2 or 3 activities, and I have improved my productivity by 66%. Now I can also include Catherine and Goldie also in that 10 steps, and I can improve my earning by $60, $20 from Sarlene, 20 from Catherine, and 20 from Goldie. Hope you are able to understand. And in our professional life, we are making mistake that whatever activities we are doing, we feel that, yes, it is important, I have to do it. But please understand, are your customer is ready to pay you for that activity? If not, then it is not a productive activity. You must have to identify ways and means to curtail it. So this is where your professional productivity is very, very important. Okay, let me quickly go through this. And I know we are running out of time, but I would like to take 5 minutes more, and then we'll take up your question and answer on it. Look at this. This truck is coming inside, and you are checking some documents of the truck wala. It is not actually value-added activity for you. Traveling the truck, you are unloading the material into the warehouse. Again, your material is lying in warehouse. You should use it onto the floor. It is not at all value-added activities. Waiting, again, you are not adding value into the product. It is not value-added activities or productive activities. When, let's say, if I am the person who is assembling this mobile phone, right? And then on this table, when my material is coming, this the mobile cover and this mobile, and I'm putting them here like this. This is the only productive activity for which my customer is paying. So do the activity for which your customer is paying. That is what is about professional activity. Many people are saying me that I'm not progressing in life. I'm not getting promotion. I'm not going ahead in my life. If you are not going ahead in your life, look at the activities you are doing for your company, for your employer. I'm very sure those activities which you feel are productive, but it is actually not. So what exactly it is? Quickly, let us see this final video, 3 minutes of video, and then we'll be concluding. So what exactly it is? Just watch this Kaizen, the small improvement, and how Japanese people have absorbed this productivity concepts in their day-to-day life, and they have made a fantastic progress. So let me start this video, Kaizen, the secret behind Japanese productivity. Watch it, very interesting video, watch it.
Visitors to factories in Japan often remark how carefully and neatly the tools and working materials are arranged. This is actually the key to efficiency. When tools are laid out clearly and conveniently, no work time is wasted looking for them. And logical pre-positioning of materials reduces time spent transporting them to workspaces, lessening the danger of collisions en route. Such techniques for improving work efficiency and safety are known as Kaizen, a Japanese word that simply means to do something better. Our workers on the shop floor are always thinking of ways to improve the workflow, revising procedures so they take 2 steps instead of 3 or need 5 seconds instead of 10. Many tiny improvements add up to give a big result. That's Kaizen. The idea of Kaizen began in automobile plants about 70 years ago. Workers sharing their knowledge to revise and improve work procedures made a great contribution during the years of Japan's rapid economic growth, and the Kaizen philosophy is still firmly embedded in Japanese industry. Let's look at how Kaizen works in this sandwich factory, which has a mostly female workforce. Their old way of doing it was for each worker to handle a single process as the materials moved past them on the line. But one process, cutting the bread, always took more time and interrupted the flow, keeping the next worker waiting. We'd been doing it that way for years and never saw it was a problem. Once they realized the weakness in their system, they decided to change from a linear flow to one where small groups of workers each complete batches of sandwiches. After rearranging workbenches and assigning multiple processes to each worker, the time required fell sharply and productivity went up. Now we rarely have to stand about waiting for materials. It's really improved the job. This factory employs a large number of workers with disabilities. The Kaizen approach paid off here too. A major goal of our Kaizen effort was to make it easier and more comfortable for the workers to do their jobs. Trash receptacles were redesigned for easy transportation. And various assistive devices allow people with visual impairments to operate equipment. This worker devised the Kaizen idea of stabilizing hanging screwdrivers with flexible cords. His improvement reduces wasteful movement, and since the drivers are used thousands of times a day, saves as much as 200 minutes of work time a month. It really feels like you've accomplished something when you come up with a new technique like this. We all enjoy thinking and working together to make our job better. Spares and supplies are arranged for easy handling by the visually challenged. For example, these tapes are arranged by type, and large paper discs indicate by touch when only one is left. And the disc's bright printed design delivers the information clearly to sighted people too. Car jacks allow work tables to be raised and lowered to match the height of each wheelchair. This idea was so helpful, jacks have been fitted to all the work tables. Ideas intended to make things easier for people with disabilities often simplify everyone's work, improving productivity, quality, and working condition.
So this was about the implementation of the productivity improvement in the various companies. And it is like, if you really would like to implement it, identify non-value added activity and correct it. So ultimately, if you will, when I say productivity is power, ultimately with the right kind of approach, you can improve your quality, reduce your cost, timely delivery may be improved, and safety also will be improved because you are dealing with leisure activities in your day-to-day life. So let us focus on personal effectiveness, personal efficiency, and professional effectiveness, professional efficiency, and bring productivity in our day-to-day life for the, the good for self, for our society, for our state, and for our country as large. So this is what I wanted to present here in the productive power. Once again, I thank you so much, DIGISAKSHAM and SEMS team, and everyone who have joined here for giving me this opportunity to share my views. Now I am open to take up your questions. I know I'm just I'll just took my time, but let me take up certain questions from your side. I would like to give answer.
Incredible, sir. It was absolutely an amazing session. I'm sure all the participants must have learned something from you. Moving on, I'd like to ask some questions on behalf of the participants. So anyone who has the questions in the mind can drop it in the chat box. The question which was dropped during the presentation was, can you please present 5 tips for engineering students and for the faculty?
Okay, very good question. Like, I'm not giving the 5 tips, but I truly believe that the entire education system needs to be changed. Because when I'm making the statement, it's a big statement, of course. But I've been into the engineering, I'm being into the management, and I'm pursuing my PhD right now. I feel that we are having so many non-value added activities. I'll not tell subjects. Subjects are important to study. But apart from the studying of the subject, we have certain activities which are absolutely irrelevant. To giving you the example for submitting certain assignments, we are making them as if you want good grade, submit this assignment. But really, are those assignments important for the students? Then certain administrative activity, exams, why we are checking up exams, because it should be practical exams rather than asking to cramming something. We can always have the practical model to create practical model or practical way how we can create this, how we can implement this. And let me tell you, we are running our online LSS Lean Six Sigma family and online courses we are operating. Here also I tell everyone that do not follow certificate. Our education system is like get the certificate, then get the degree and go for job. I would say, I'm always telling my participant that follow on the path, learn out of it, apply it. That will give you the power, not the degrees. So we'll have to come out from this focus degrees into the colleges and focus onto the practical learning. That is what I feel. Of course, I'm very small comment on it, but this is what I feel, and that is going to be happening in this world. Okay, I'm sharing a couple of things, a couple of link here. You can join these groups for, we are conducting this kind of seminars. So you can join this group. This is the Facebook group. And one more link, we are having our group on to the Telegram. So if you wish, you can be part of that group. And we are conducting so many sessions like this. And we are sharing our knowledge. So you are most welcome to be part of this group, and we can together make this world a beautiful world. That is the only objective. Any other question from anyone? Ansika, would you please help me with that?
Yes, sir. The other question is, how do you influence productivity? Means how do you motivate yourself to be productive all the time?
Oh, great. See, this is like, you need to be passionate about what you are doing, right? So if you are not taking interest in what you are doing, nobody will take interest in you. You need to know that what exactly I would like to get from this and why I am doing. Many of us are not having the answer why we are doing what we are doing. If you're not having this answer, definitely you cannot be productive. So productivity is the byproduct of your passion, of your focus. So there are two things. Either you make your passion as your career, or the other way around is, if you could not able to go to the field in which you would like to go, then whatever field you are in, take deep interest into it. That will motivate you to be productive and prosper in your life. That is what I feel.
Right, so any participants, if they have any doubt, you can drop it in the chat box. I guess sir has covered all the questions. All right, then let's give a big hand for Japan sir for joining us today and enlightening all of us on it. Thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone. That's it for today.
Thank you so much. Namaste to everyone.
We appreciate you all for being here. Before winding up, please fill the feedback form given in the chat box. All the participants will be getting the certificates in 5 to 6 working days. Thank you all for joining. Also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and YouTube channel. You can attach a screenshot of the same in the feedback form as a proof. Also, tag us on Instagram and LinkedIn by hashtag DIGISAKSHAM along with your certificate. Everyone, please open your camera for the snapshot so that we can have a memory. I would again request you open up your camera for the memory. Thank you. That's it for today. Thank you everyone for joining.